You can't keep getting away with it.
All right. Who that nation? Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB, and I'm here with my co-host, the MOD Uptown. Uptown, what they do, fam?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Man, I know you were just as excited as I am, man, for the NFL draft tomorrow. We're gonna be putting the black and gold on an individual tomorrow. Who that will be, we will give our thoughts and opinions as this show rolls on. But I hope you guys are having a good night. Who that nation? Um, I'm pretty sure Uptown is, man. As you can see, we both excited. We lit. We ready for this NFL draft. So
Yeah.
before I get to the comments, how the show gonna roll tonight? We're gonna we told you guys we were gonna do a mock draft, so that's what tonight's show is gonna consist of. Gonna chirp on a few things that's done came out, and then we're gonna get started with the mock draft. Then once we do our mock draft, we're not gonna go the whole entire draft because we're fighting on time tonight, but we're trying to open the phone lines up, trying to get some vibe with you all, who that nation. So we're gonna do about probably I say between 3, maybe 4 rounds, and then we're gonna open the phone lines, get you guys thoughts and opinions. Who y'all believe we could have got in the draft, in our mock draft, and that's how the show gonna roll tonight. So let's just go ahead and get over to the comment section. See the OG in the building, JT.
Yeah. What's up, Jerry? What's up, JT?
See our dog RG Venom in the building. Said what's
Venom.
good.
What's happening? What's happening?
Shout out to Hurricane Mike in the building. Said who that? Shout out to Jerry, the OG. You shouted them out. Shout out to the OG Jerry Poor. And then shout out to Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray. This your off night tonight, man. Glad you can tune in, man.
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
the NBA game is on right now. You know, I'm an NBA fan. But our New Orleans Saints, man, that's where my heart is at. So regardless of how that game play out, man, I'm just focused on having a good show and just excited to see what our Saints gonna do tomorrow. So, but you guys stay engaged in the comment section. We would love to for you guys to call in as well. So before we start the mock draft and stuff, I just want to chop it up with you, Uptown, about a few things. First off, let's just go to the main topic that just came out, I think a few hours ago, about the Saints is in conversations or possibly moving up to the third spot, or they have interest. I'll just leave it at that. They had some interest and have been in contact with the Cardinals about possibly jumping up to the third spot. Now, what is your thoughts and opinions? I give mine, but do you think it's worth jumping up 2-3? And I guess we're kind of giving our opinions on who it could possibly be later, but you can just go ahead. You know, the floor is yours on that.
I don't like that idea because then we still going to be giving up some type of capital.
Yep.
You understand? Some type of. I mean, we just got ourselves. We just really getting ourselves out of the mud.
Yep.
And then next season we'll be completely out of the mud financially. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like the idea of doing that. I think that we can stay at 8 and get a really, really good player at 8. You know, I don't like the idea of giving away any future capital or anything like that. You know, especially when, you know, look, let's be honest, we still a rebuilding team, and we don't need to be giving away any kind of assets, you know, knowing that we still a doggone rebuilding team.
Yep.
And I don't like that, you know, at all. And I hope that it's just rumors and stuff like that. And I don't think I'm like, who the hell, you know, that they enthralled with enough that they would want to move up to number 3. And I hope that it's not, you know, Jeremiah Love, because then that would be stupid, you know, considering that we just signed Travis Achane, you know, and all that stuff and all this uncertainty with, with AK and all that kind of stuff, you know. I can put up with that, you know, if we say we got a running back in the 4th round or something like that, you know, but not if you moved up, you know, so you can get Jeremiah Love or they may, you know, like Arvell Reese or Raleigh or any one of them dudes that they may be enthralled with. I think that I have a feeling that if we stayed at number 8, we're going to get a really, really good player, that may be as comparable to whatever we would have gotten had we moved up.
Right.
You know,
And
I thought that
agree with you.
I thought we was on that best player available type, mindset, this draft. I hope that's the truth. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah, when I seen that, I'm like, well, um, what could actually be the thought process, or what actual player could they be trying to go for? Because not include Mendoza at 2, I believe Avril Reese is going to be gone at number 2. So then you go to pick 3. Who do you got? The only Jeremiah Love. Yeah, they would be dumb. They would be dumb to go that route at this point. Now you done gave Achan the bag. Just let him come down and eat. But yeah, Jeremiah Love, that would be real dumb on their behalf to get him. And then honestly, I even put Arvell Reese, from pitch two, I say 2 to 8 or 2 to 10, within that range. I really don't see nobody that's, just miles and miles ahead of the next guy. Even what Fernando he just had to be the quarterback. So the Rangers want the
Mhm.
quarterback, but I don't see nobody miles and miles ahead. Um, from the 2 range to 10 range. So
Yeah.
if anybody within that range is going to be getting a solid player. So I don't know what they're exactly looking at, what particular player they could be looking at to be talking. But like you said, man, we just got out of Cap Hill, and then if we trade up, we're going to be giving a first round away
Yeah,
for next year.
and maybe even more than the first round.
Yep.
From what I've been hearing is that Arizona been dangling the fact that they want to trade down for a minute now. You know, probably because they uncertain, or they just want to get a couple of extra draft picks because I think they kind of in a rebuilding type phase themselves. But like I don't think they would that at any, unless it's such a sweetheart deal, which that's not going to be possible. Should we move up? Now we can move up, and it just costs us, I don't know, 2nd round pick next year. I'll move up for that. You know what I'm saying? But if it's going to cost us a 1st round pick, and I don't care how we may, envision ourselves finishing. even if we finish, say we win the division or something, and we end up with the 15th, 16th pick. That's the pick that I still think that we need to have. Um, barring the only way that something like that would look good is if we actually won the Super Bowl. And that's it. You understand? Because, I wouldn't be tripping off from somebody getting the 32nd pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think that we Super Bowl team. I'm being realistic, and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think that we need to be, getting rid of, assets and stuff like that to try and move up, And on the same note, right? I don't want to move back either, because if you move too far back, you might not end up with an impact player. We right there in the top 10 where we can get a for sure impact player, and we just need to let the draft come to us.
Agreed.
We did it last season. We let it come to us. We ended up with what I am saying right now is going to be at least a Pro Bowl left tackle one day in his career. I really want to say all pro. You understand? But I know that he's going to at least make the Pro Bowl in his career. And we laid there, we stayed there, we was number 10. We let it come to us. And that's how we got Kelvin. And that's how we got everybody in this draft. And keep in mind, Who That Nation, we was voted the number one, our draft class was voted number 1 in the NFL last season. And we let that come to us. We didn't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah. Just what
We
came to
don't need to do
mind.
that now.
No, I was just gonna say what came to mind when we was talking about trading up, or when I seen that was the Davenport situation. We don't need nothing like that to occur. If I'm not speaking negative, I'm just saying if it so happened to whoever we pick at 8 tomorrow night doesn't pan out, okay, we don't lose assets. With Davenport, we lost assets off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Injury that provided, he showed flashes here and there, but he didn't make that worth the deal. So
No, he didn't.
yeah, I think it's just smart. Cause like I said, I don't think it's nobody just miles in it, like in their own category. Just in my opinion, and some they may think otherwise, but yeah, 8, that's the perfect spot. Different position you can choose from. Um, and another thing before we go ahead and get this mock draft kicked off, how much of an impact do you think Kellen? And the reason I'm asking this because I was watching, but really, if y'all before the show, I watched a little bit of the Mickey Loomis pre-draft press conference, and he was talking about their involvement that Kellen to have, and how all of them got to agree. So, how much of a involvement do you think Kellen Moore will have, far as like, okay, this is it, or do you think it's still have he earned that much respect yet?
I think that he's going to have a tremendous involvement. I think he had a lot of involvement in this free agency. I can kind of see his handprints his fingerprints on some of that stuff. I think he's going to have some type of involvement. I don't know, to what level of involvement that he's going to have. Because like I told people before, the Saints got an incredible group of brains in that front office now. It's not just Mickey Loomis anymore. I mean, they got Kai Forbath, they got Thomas Dimitrov, believe it or not. They got Randy Mueller, they got Jeff Ireland. They got a tremendous amount of brain trust, in that front office. Not saying that the brain trust that they have should, usurp, Kellen, but there's a tremendous amount of brain trust in that front office and experience. So, but I guess he can, relate to, the GM, what kind of players, what players and stuff, spark interest in him that he feel will be, good for his offense and for the defense as well. And I guess that his opinion carries some weight, you know. Um, it would be a damn shame not to listen to the coach and just get who the hell you want to get and just hope that that square peg gonna fit in that whatever the round hole is, you know. I would hope that he has some involvement. I'm pretty sure that Sean Payton used to have some involvement. And I know Sean Payton is a Super Bowl winning coach and all that. Head coach, let me emphasize that because Kellen is also a Super Bowl winning coach. But, I would hope that he have some kind of involvement. I mean, he the one that has to coach these players, So I just hope that it's like that, whatever. I just been, confused now because every time when I thought I had a pulse on what they're gonna do, then some other stuff arises after that. Let me say this too, right, before we get into the mock draft, right? Because I know you didn't bring this up, but there's been a tremendous amount of talk around a potential trade for Spencer Rattler. That kind of came up here in the last couple of days. They mentioned a few teams, that may show some interest in Spencer Rattler. Don't be surprised if there's some type of trade, with him, soon or maybe even tomorrow, because all this stuff, the way all this stuff looking, I mean, we signed Zach Wilson and all that stuff, and I've been kind of I was reading the tea leaves on that, and then, that started being a topic among the main Saints media that I've heard the last couple of days. Right. So what you think about that, CB?
I'm gonna be honest. I hope they do. I hope they do trade him during the draft. I don't want them to wait until training camp or anything like that. Um, Now, obviously, tomorrow I don't believe he will be dealt, but some point during the draft, maybe mid round, you trade him, try to get a little extra 6th round or something like that. But I do think he needs to get moved this weekend. Um, if not by Friday. Spencer Rattler, you guys know, how much we was on a bit supportive of him, and I still think he can play in this league. I still think he needs another opportunity to compete because at this point, I mean, if you stay on the roster, like what is your role? What you don't have no shot. You don't have no shot at starting now because he done prove he done showed us. Well, I say he's done enough to be given the opportunity to play throughout his rookie deal, and then we'll see how where everything's at after that. But yeah, Rattler he needs another opportunity to show he can play in this league. You got teams like the freaking Dolphins and the Cardinals. Like it's a few teams where he can go and compete for the starting spot. Cardinals they can get him without having to try to go get this get this big name or whatnot. So I mean, somebody like them or the Dolphins, I would send them down to Miami.
Highlight who that daddy. I want to talk about that. Yeah, you know something, bro. That's what I've been thinking too. Because that makes the most sense. Because FYI, in case y'all don't know, Spencer Rattler is from Arizona. And that would seem like the perfect landing spot for him. I also think that the Arizona fans would embrace him, if he was to go to Arizona. So that makes the most sense. I've been thinking that, ever since they got rid of Kyler Murray, that that they can probably, even if they bring in Spencer as a stopgap quarterback until they can draft somebody or something like that. I think that's somebody who they fans can rally behind. But I needed to, I wanted to see what you thought about that. We can move on, from there. Because I wanted to see what you thought about that whole thing there, because that's been a hot topic among Saints media. I've seen all the big names in Saints media, talking about that.
Shout out to Brett Skimmett. Said who you got coming out the East? Not sure. Not sure at the moment, man.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
I wanna say, I really, really want to say Boston.
Yeah.
But the way that they, how they lost last night, to Philadelphia, that gave me a little trepidation. But I'll figure that out in the next couple of games or so.
All right. Also, my brother in the chat, he said, "Who we looking at?" I think we're looking at multiple positions, man. We don't have no set position.
We looking at really the BPA, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? Best player available.
Right.
We don't, we got a couple of holes everywhere, that can be filled.
Right. All right, who that nation? So what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna start with this mock draft. Now, whatever name we choose at 8, I got CBS.com up and their draft scouting report just for the ones that may not know too much about the player. And I'm gonna just read you their scouting report on the player that we choose. May read a few more. If we have differences on who we're gonna select at 8, and so on and so forth. So let's just go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing set up. Okay. See, we about to rock and roll. And you guys, please please give us your thoughts on who we gonna get at 8.
Who y'all? We want to know who y'all like. I mean,
Right.
y'all listen to who we like. We want to know who y'all like. I'm really curious about that. I'm serious about that too. Let's see it. Let's see what y'all talking about. See if y'all, been paying attention or whatever.
All right, so let's go. All right, this is the draft setup. Sorry for that ad below, man. I can't get it off, but let's just go here and rock and roll, man.
All right, we see you, Hurricane Mike. What's up, who that daddy? What's up, Junior? We want to know, man. Who else we got out there? Who y'all like? Let us see it. Let us see it.
All right, here we go. Then I'm gonna read what other teams got before.
Dana, who you like? Who you like, Dana? Who you like, Junior?
All right, so I just done a simulation for the first 7 teams. We got the Raiders. Of course, they're gonna get the quarterback, Mendoza. The Jets got David Bailey, edge rusher. Arizona got Ruben Bain, edge rusher. The Titans got Cornell Tate. That's surprising. Thought they would have got Jeremiah Love. The Giants got Spencer Fano, offensive tackle. The Cleveland Browns got my pick, Mansour Delaney out of LSU. Washington got McKay Lemon.
Yeah, Makai Lemon.
Makai Lemon, USC. Hey, I don't want it to go like this because I'm gonna just be honest with that nation. Y'all,
this this is weird, bro. This is so doggone weird, bro. Because like bro, that would be I don't know, bro, the weirdest scenario. Because you know I didn't see no lineman, you know, going in the top 5 in this draft, and and this good thing. This is just some kind of a simulation of a draft, because I don't really see Jeremiah Love making it past, you know, Tennessee.
Right.
But look what they got on board. Okay, so if that's how they want to run it, right? It's only between 2 players on that board right now. Really 3 players on that board right now. CB.
I'm shocked that Arvell Reese even made it that low. If it happens like that, I got my selection got to be Arvell Reese.
Yeah, my selection would have to be Arvell Reese too, if he fall that low. You understand? But then again, right? How do you, man, this is a dilemma. Do you draft Jeremiah Love?
I'm trying to think how they set up HN's. How did they set up HN's contract? Because you got to think, he 27. He not 23. And I mean, I ain't, you know, so I'm just saying, like, it ain't like he a 22, 23-year-old back. He going to be 27 when the year start. So he's in his prime.
But technically speaking, they said his contract is really on a 2-year contract. Remember, we have no void years on these new contracts.
Right.
That we gave these guys. Another thing too, bro, like, damn, bro, Sonny Styles still there?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean this it would be like, I mean, extremely crazy. But
I'm gonna be honest.
If I'm gonna let my head talk, bro, and not my heart, I would have to draft Arvell Reese. I would have to draft him.
Okay, why Arvell Reese over Jeremiah Love? If HN's contract is technically set up on a 2-year deal, why? I'm saying, and that play out like this. Now I highly doubt it's gonna go like this, but I'm saying if Jeremiah Love sitting right there, Arvell Reese sitting right here. Why Arvell Reese over Jeremiah? I love Arvell Reese, but he's more of a pass rusher. Do we need that, or is we just going with talent? How you think they will attack this? Best player available.
I think in this scenario, the best player available is Arvell Reese.
Yes,
I really do. I really do. I really do. And I don't understand this, right? Let me tell you something else too, another caveat too, CB. What it is that got this lineman right here, the Giants, that Spencer Fino? Is that an offensive tackle? Is that tackle right there?
I think that's a guard, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Yeah, I believe he played as a guard.
That's the dude. Isn't that the dude that plays for Notre Dame?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest.
I gotta look that up.
Let me see. I got something. He played for Utah.
Okay, because I'm like, this is what I'm not understanding, right? The best offensive lineman in the draft is that dude, that Francis Mal. That dude from University of Miami right there, Francis.
Right.
Maluga. I mean, that would be if the Giants is that stupid. You understand? But okay, let me get back on subject. Let's get back on subject. Me and CB, in this scenario, we drafting Arvell Reese.
Alvaro Reese.
And to answer your question earlier, I'm sorry I didn't answer your question. Yes, we do need another pass rusher. We need another pass rusher like they ain't no tomorrow.
They disrespected Jeremiah Love.
They disrespected RBL Reese too, and I think they disrespected Sonny Styles and Francis Maluga.
Okay, so we just completed the first round, and Jeremiah Love is left on the board.
What?
Oh my gosh, what type
my
of simulation did we do? Are you freaking
let me
kidding
see.
me?
Okay, let me see, bro. Who went number 32? I want to see who went 32. Let's go down there.
32.
Okay.
Mason Thomas, edge Worcester.
Oh no. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's get it going. Round 2 now, huh? Don't we only got one second round pick, right?
Yeah. Wow, this is interesting. I wonder, do anybody have Jeremiah Love ranked low like that?
As you can see on this board, even on their board, they got him ranked 6.
So let's go ahead and start with round 2. That's
we on the clock and Jeremiah Love still there? Yeah,
no, don't disrespect the Love, man.
Yeah,
what in the world?
Go, man, we going on to draft him, bro. We drafting Jeremiah Love.
I'm telling y'all, with that nation, if it play out like that,
oh yeah, we gonna have a good draft if it play out like that. We get Arvell Reese and Jeremiah Love. Yeah, I'll take that any day.
let me get back to the comment section before we draft. Let's see.
Okay, what we got here?
That's the end of round 2. The end of round 2. We drafted Jeremiah Love. I wish it would have done it right, but it's all good. We're just gonna roll with it. But let's get to the comments and see what everybody think. Let's see.
Okay, Hurricane Mike said he had Jeremiah Love going 14 to the Ravens.
And he also said
what?
He got us
really?
taking Tyson.
Really?
I'm gonna be honest, who that nation, and I said at the uptown. I don't want to. I hope we don't get a receiver at 8. Not at 8, man. Not at 8. Now, if we didn't have no number 1 receiver, if we was coming into this draft like we was last year at receiver with the unknown with Chris Olave and Shaheed just being the deep threat, like if we came in like that, but Olave has proven that he is a number 1. Like he's proven that. So if we got a number 1, do we need to be that desperate to get a receiver? I mean, I know big body receiver. I get it. But do we got to be that desperate to get it at 8? Or can we wait till maybe round 2 or 3?
So where we at now on the board, CB?
Okay, we just finished round 2. So let's
what we
go
got?
ahead.
What we got? 2? Do we have 2 4s or 2 3s?
I believe it's 2 4s.
Okay, so we got 1 3.
Yes, 1 3. Let's see. Yeah, we got 1 3.
Okay, let's
go ahead.
Let's run it. Ooh, he's gone.
All right, pick 73. We on the clock. Let's look at who's available.
All I'm looking here. I see. Let me see, man. Goddamn. Yeah, keep scrolling up on CB. Let me see.
We got an edge rusher and a running back. Now could be the time to start looking at the receiver position.
I'm trying to see who's available in that.
Let's receivers. Okay, you got Surratt out of Indiana. He nice.
That boy that dude out of Yukon is nice too. Go to the offensive tackles, right? I mean, go to the guards.
Offensive guards.
Okay, that dude from Kansas State, I heard he's pretty good, but he don't ring no bells too much. I don't know about this. This is where it's tricky at, man.
Is Schultz guy gone? I'm talking about the receiver.
Yeah, I think go to wide receiver. See if Chris Sims. What's his name?
Chris Bell.
Chris Bell.
Let me go down a little
I think
bit.
Bell is gone. You see him? I think we sacrificed Bell.
I see a Dylan Bell.
No, you don't see Chris Bell. Do you even see the Louisville helmet?
No, I seen one guy.
I see this dude. Okay. No, he's gone. Somebody. I think they got him. Oh, wait a minute. Go to. Hey, I like that boy. I like Hey, draft the number 212 right there. Go to yeah, him.
Who, Anderson?
Yeah. Him, that dude Barry and Brown is good too.
We're gonna go with Anderson. And he was the number one, right?
Yeah, he was, man. He was, yeah. That boy was a dog, man, at LSU. Where we at now? Oh, damn.
Round three wrapping up.
I wonder who, in this scenario, I wonder who did draft Chris Bell.
I'm not sure. Or do they got him ranked lower than I was scrolling? Because I know he got injured. But I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so round 3 is over. We can go to round 4.
All right, let's see what's going on round 4.
Let's see. No, it only let me do 3 rounds.
Gonna let you do 3 rounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be a pretty good draft. They got draft summary. Oh, they got Cornell Tate over there with who all the people we drafted.
Cornell Tate. They got Tennessee getting him. B, how do you feel about that? Do y'all need a number 1 receiver?
Yeah.
You act like Calvin Ridley still like that. So what y'all's playing over there? Calvin Ridley, is he still like that or what's up with him? Y'all need a receiver. If Jeremiah Love fall to y'all, man, since y'all let Derrick Henry go, y'all need to get another premier back, in my opinion.
Yeah, they had them getting Cornell Tate.
But I want to reiterate it, who that nation. I do not want a receiver at 8. I mean, I
don't want to receive either, especially when they the receiver that they talking mostly about. And let me say this, man, straight up, right? I think Jordan Tyson is a heck of a player, bro. Okay, I want to put that out there. But Jordan Tyson also has a big injury history associated with him. And I'm tired of getting players and stuff, man, that got injury histories and stuff associated with them and stuff, man, because, you know, we never get those players. Those players look like they never seem to really, you know, fully get on the field for us, you know, for whatever reason. You know, look at Kendra. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I would think that it would be a shame, bro. I think it would be a mistake, rather, if we was to do that, CB, because I think legitimately, man, this draft can go 15 deep, you know, with wide receivers that can potentially get a, you know, a number one, you know, a number one designation, you know, a first round grade. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I don't really want, you know, us to be running behind no receivers, especially if it's Jordan Tyson. Hey, look, man, I might say this, and Jordan Tyson can very well become a damn all-pro. Yeah. You know, but I still will not draft him because I do not like his medicals. You understand what I'm saying? So we gonna let's open up the lines up, CB.
Okay, so you guys please call in. I'm gonna put the link in the comment section.
Hey, y'all, please be brief too, man. Please be brief tonight. You know, because we're gonna be up all night tomorrow night.
All right, so the link should be dropping in the comment section. You guys please give us a call. You guys come chop it up with us.
Let's hear it. And when you come to the phone, right, you know, tell us, you know, who you would like to see the Saints draft and why. You know? Okay, we want to hear y'all mind. We want to hear what's coming from y'all mind. Y'all just heard how we rock.
Right. So first up, we got Hurricane Mike in the building. Hold on, Mike. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and stop screen sharing.
Yeah, we're gonna stop there.
All right, so that concludes our mock draft. As you guys can see, that it wasn't realistic.
Yeah, that's Jeremiah not realistic at all because I don't think Jeremiah Love is gonna fall at.
Nah.
Neither is Arbel Reese.
Nah.
What we got, Hurricane Mike? What's up, bro?
What's up, man? Look, the guy that I would love for the Saints to draft is Mansour Delane. Now, I have us going Jordan Tyson just because, you know, the reports say that they absolutely love Tyson. But I would love Mansour Delane personally because here's why. I think right now the bigger need is corner, and that's even if we did re-sign Alontae Taylor, I still think we would need to draft corner round 1. That's even if we re-sign him. So the fact that we didn't, I think, is a blaring need at his cornerback position. And Mansour Delane is no doubt about it. Like, I don't care who you talk about, like Jermon McCoy, he's a fine prospect, but he is not no Mansour Delane. All right. And like the receiver classes are usually deep, but like especially this one, we can get a good receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round. Like you could probably drop an all-pro receiver in the 3rd round this year. That's how deep it is. But Mansour Lane, I mean, this is a guy that played SEC ball last year and allowed 0 touchdowns. That's a true stat. The man got targeted. I don't know how many times he got targeted, but all I know is that in SEC play, right, going up against the Alabamas, the Tennessees, like teams like that, he allowed no touchdowns. I mean that's not easy to do. So and Mansour Lane, I feel like he's one of those blue chip prospects where it's like, if you're like, for example, when the Saints drafted Marshawn Lattimore back in 2017, that's where like we drafted him to be our number 1 corner. Like, go get Julio Jones, go get Mike Evans, go guard DK Metcalf, go guard whoever, like go guard Devontae Adams, guard their number 1. But on the Saints, right?
Mike, to add on to what you were saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's gonna come down to, man. Forget that silly mock draft that we just saw, right? I think in the end, it's gonna boil down to the Saints having the opportunity or the choice to draft between Caleb Downs and Mansour Lane when it comes down to it. I really think that ain't like something that that I hope and wish. I realistically think that the Saints is going to have an opportunity to draft one of those 2 players that I just mentioned.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like another thing, like on the cornerback room, look, the Saints don't have a number 1 corner. Like, they don't have terrible corners on the roster, but they don't have a number 1 corner. Kool-Aid had some flashes last year, but he had a lot of ups and downs. Like, I think Kool-Aid is a high number 2, not a number 1. And we saw that, right? In Kool-Aid's rookie year, we drafted him as our 3rd corner because that's when we had Lattimore and Paulson and Adebo. And Kool-Aid played good his rookie year behind Lattimore and Adebo. Like, just because you're not a number 1 corner don't mean you're not a good corner. However, because like his rookie year, he played solid because he wasn't guarding the number 1s. But last year, he was guarding teams number 1s, and he was not playing like I wanted him to. So with Kool-Aid McKinstry, I think pairing him up with like a Mansour Lane, a guy that, if he can play how he did at LSU, the Saints could have a number 1 corner for at least 7 to 10 years. Because like I said about Lattimore, when we had him, he was a guy that would attack the number 1 receivers, and it got to a point where teams didn't even throw the ball to Lattimore's way. I want a guy like that. Like, a lot of people say, I want this. No, I want a Lattimore type of cornerback where it's a guy where if he's on the field, the number 1 receiver might get 3 catches if he's lucky, man. I want a corner where I'm confident, where I'm not like, okay, just please don't get fried. I want a corner where I'm like, all right, number 2 corner, just lock up that number 2 receiver because we already know what Mansour Lane's going to do. Lattimore was that special type of guy, and that's why whenever I say I want the Saints to draft a corner, I try to compare him in that Lattimore sense because Lattimore is probably the best corner to ever be drafted by the New Orleans Saints. So I want whose decision was to draft Lattimore, I want that person to be like, okay, do you see him in that Lattimore sense? Because we haven't had a good corner. Well, we've had good corners, but we haven't had a shut-down corner in quite some time. So that's how I'm looking at the draft personally.
We appreciate you, Mike, man. Appreciate you, dude.
All right. All right, see ya.
All right. Yeah, you know something, bro? You say he might be the best cornerback that the Saints ever drafted. I don't know, bro. Toy Cook and Dave Waymer, they might argue with you about that, bro, if they was around. I'm just saying.
Okay, so next we got the OG JT in the building. JT.
That's my dog right there.
Man, what's going on, fellas? I just turned y'all on, man. I had got held up, man, over here with the family. They threw me off timing a little bit. How y'all doing? What's up, old Uptown?
What's up, bro? So, who you like, bro? Who you like?
Well, you know what, Uptown and CB, I'm gonna go. I know everybody want to go offense, but I'm sticking with the defense this year. I'm thinking that guy from Miami, that defensive tackle, the one, because the Saints always wind up with that kind of player that they done talked about and say something wrong with him or whatever. You got short arms, he ain't do nothing but act a fool at Miami. Short arms or not,
You talking about Ruben Bang?
Ruben Bang, that's right. I think he might be the one. I'll go with him, because he was not just 1 year. He had multiple years. I don't want people that just came on the scene or whatever. I want somebody that was in the college 2-3 years that came on that played the game each year and started and had sacks and tackles. I mean, we need somebody to stop in the middle. We need that kind of person to wreak havoc in the middle, because they was running on us last year. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember looking at some of them games and them boys going and get 30 yards and 25 yards running up the gut on us because we couldn't stop them. We couldn't stop the run. And I know we need a lot of stuff on our defense or offensive side, but I'm going to tell you, if you can't stop the run, you ain't winning no games at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally when the team start running, that's working their offensive playbook. That's making them go in their book. If they could do this, running this way, running that way, they can, they can process everything and start throwing more plays out there from the playbook, and the quarterback ain't gonna have to worry about no pass rush because he got running backs that's running up the gut on. So we got to stop the run. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this, right? I don't know, if you heard, but what I heard, right? His stock been kind of falling, bro. You understand?
Yeah,
the last couple of weeks and all that, because I heard he did not. I heard he was not. He didn't blow anybody away. At the combine. Mm-hmm. That's why cats like Sonny Styles, Orville Reese, and David Bailey emerged ahead of him. And I heard he didn't have the best pro day either, JT.
He probably didn't, but I know he probably didn't. But come on, we have seen a bunch of guys in the NFL. I'm gonna take wide receiver Jerry Rice. Man, Jerry Rice, he played and everybody said he was slow and all that. But when he put that uniform on and them pads, didn't that guy look like he was running 4-3-2 down the field on everybody? 80 yards here, 80 yards there. I'm talking about in one play. So,
I got a question to ask you though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, knowing that, because this particular draft, bro, is deep because he's considered an edge rusher.
Yeah.
You understand? This draft is deep with edge rushers and wide receiver. And I'm just gonna ask you a straight up question, JT. Let's say Caleb Downs, Monsieur Delane, and Ruben Bain is there at 8. You still going with Ruben Bain?
No, I'll go with the safety.
Okay, because that's what I'm saying.
Because he played, because how many years? The reason why I'm saying this, I'm going to, and that's just right off the bat, I'm saying I'll go with Downs. But when I'm looking at the whole thing, I want somebody that been in their college. I don't want no 1-year wonder guy is what I'm saying. I don't want no 20-year-old just came on the scene in his senior year. I don't want that. I want somebody that, sophomore, you want freshman, sophomore, junior year. You want them at least the sophomore, junior year, and then in your senior year. I want them to be like that. I don't want no Sonny Styles. I don't want that. I know that sounds good, and I know he's a workout wonder. And another thing, I don't go by what these guys at these places, after they seen them, they put it in on the paper and everybody thought, oh, I'm gonna go with this one because he ran a 4.3. Nah, look at them guys on Saturday. When they put them out there on Saturday and they be playing ball, who you see acting a fool like that? That's the ones who are what we need. We need somebody who can take over a game. They don't have too many game changers. I talked to y'all before about that. They have just a couple of game changers that's in there, but they're going to be gone when the Saints come. So that's why I said, only thing you can do is add to your defense because they got more defensive guys in the game in there than offense. I'm not going to get wide receivers early because the same kind of wide receivers you got that's up there, them two, they have the same ones at 15, 16, 17, maybe in the 20s too. They got a lot of good receivers out there.
Yeah, bro. Because I look at, bro. I don't know if you're an LSU fan too, but but them boys that played at LSU, man, the wide receivers that played at LSU last season was a dog.
Right. That's right.
It was the damn quarterback, man.
Yeah, it was the quarterback. You talking about Hilton, and that other Green, I think it was, or whatever the tight end name. 14, I think it was number 14 or 11, something like that. Tall guy, but
Green's still there though. He a tight end.
Yeah, he a tight end.
He's still at LSU though. He didn't leave. But,
no, he didn't leave.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Varian
Brown, Anderson, and Hilton, huh?
And I think Hilton. You understand what I'm saying? Like them boys, like and I'm just saying that's just LSU.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's other teams, other college teams too that got good, wide receivers.
And you know something else? Look, everybody gotta look at this, real, because you gotta say. You got 7 rounds of football. And, I mean, man, these guys can play. They just need chances, man. Some of these guys out here, they just need chances to play, meaning look at the quarterback that San Francisco had. I said this before on the show. That guy came in the was the 7th round?
Yeah,
that quarterback.
He was Mr. Irrelevant.
You see what I'm saying? So, like I said before, you go through 200, 300 and something guys, and you mean to tell me Mr. Irrelevant gonna start and make that big money and play like he's a Hall of Famer and everything, and then the Saints and look at the Saints. The Saints go out there and we done went got Turner and these are number 1 draft pick. Man, you waste your time with that kind of stuff. That's why you gotta know if this person work in your system, do this person have what kind of skill set he have in your system. Is he fast? Could I turn that fastness into a route runner? You understand? And that's what Sean Payton had in the year we went to the Super Bowl. All these guys, man, he had Vance Moore from Toledo. Man, come on, man. Marcus Colston. Deborah. I mean, man, he had all these guys that played. They was called role players to me. I mean, you had Pierre Thomas, the running back, and he was undrafted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you had these were role players. Then you had Darren Sproles. I remember when Pierre Thomas, we drove the ball downfield on San Francisco, and I forgot that safety. He had hit Pierre, illegal hit, and he gave him a concussion. And they didn't even call that play. You remember that Uptown?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
CB? Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about with role players. That's why I'm trying to explain it. Then when he left out, that meant all the PL plays was gone. And that means Darren Sproles had to step up and play the run. So that's where I'm at with today. When they drafting these guys, they got to fit the system and they got to be a role player. They got to be able to come on Sunday and give me 10 to 15 plays on offense if you're going to help me win something as a wide receiver, running back, fullback, tight end, whatever. That's what I want on my team this year. And I say we more on the defense need more people. That's why I call for what's the better one that'll be out there. It'll be probably Bain and Downs, but who more than that? And it'll be Baines, because Downs might go 6 or 7. You understand? That's what I'm thinking. And they're going to have some moving up, back and forth. They're going to have some teams coming from way far away, juicing that pot up just to get up there to 4 or 5, because they got about 2 teams up there that's ready to ship stuff away and move down a couple of spots.
Yeah, but the way I'm hearing, brother, ain't nobody budging on nothing, because
No, the Saints can stay right where they at, because they need more of them. They stay right where they are. They don't need to move from 8. Stay right there. You stay right there. And if the Saints think the players from 8 is the same as 17, 15 or whatever, 17, shit. If you want to move down to 11. I mean, if you're going to pick up some second round or... Huh?
You said that the last time we talked, JT. Man, when the last time we did?
Yeah, well, right. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, I wouldn't want to see them go up because I always said, if you moving up, it's because you want somebody that you feel is a game changer. And I say it again, to me, they really just one game changer in there, and that's the running back. And what I mean by that, you give him the ball on a 20. When the last time the Saints seen a running back run 80 yards from the 20, break a tackle, and you got to catch him? That's what I'm talking about.
Look, bro, we appreciate you coming through, bro.
I just was a little late today, had some business going on, but man, look, it's good talking to y'all. Let's do this, bro. Let's do this and go get this game changer tomorrow night. Hopefully we do, and pick all our picks, and don't give them away for a bag of chips.
I agree with you, bro. We appreciate you.
All right. All right, Uptown. Look, hey, CB. Hey, man, CB, don't be no stranger, bro. You've been a stranger, bro. You come pop up there. I see, damn, CB done popped up there. I saw you the other day. You was in the car. I said, man, drive your car and leave that chat line alone. I ain't want you to get no wreck, brother. I ain't want you to get no wreck, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Y'all be good, man. Y'all be safe. And if y'all on tomorrow, I'll jump on there with y'all.
All right, for sure.
All right.
All right, fam.
I don't know why JT keep talking about us. Second time, man, when the last time? I don't even remember the last time we moved down. I think moving down would be an insult to damn Mickey Loomis.
Yeah,
let's be for real.
Down. It's been a little minute since
bro. It's been so long, so I don't even remember. You understand? I know that in the last few years, we done moved up a few times. Shit.
All right, so we got our last caller of the night.
Another thing too, JT was talking about, somebody moving up and all that, man. Look, Arizona been dangling that third pick, for a minute now. Ain't nobody been biting on it. But tomorrow it can be a different day, bro. Somebody can probably do something tomorrow. Whoa, what's up, Joe? What's up, Junior?
What's going on, Uptown? What up, CB?
What up?
What's good? What's good? What's shucking with it?
What's happening with you, bro? Who you looking at, bro? You like?
Man, hey, if you talking about you want to talk defense, we're going to stay at defense, and we're going to stay at number 8. I'm looking at either Sonny Styles or Ruben Bain, or I'm looking at Caleb Downs. Whoever one that's available, I'm going defense this time, bro.
Yeah, we need to go defense, bro, because really, man, this whole offseason really been an offseason of the offense, bro. We got David Edwards, we got Noah Fant, we got Travis Etienne. You understand? We really been focusing really on the offense. I think the only defensive player that we signed this off season was Caden Ellis.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I know he was happy to lead the Falcons.
Anybody would be happy to leave the field.
And look,
You know what I'm saying?
look, hey, Uptown and CB, can we agree on one thing? I was telling somebody this Tuesday night. Can we all be in one agreement that the Falcons don't have a first-round draft pick on Thursday night?
Yeah, well, you know, Stevie Wonder can see that. You know what I'm saying?
So enough, Uptown.
It is what it is, bro. And then, man, you know, they got a lot of problems, but we'll talk about them later.
Yeah,
So if those three players is there, bro, you said Styles, Baines, and Caleb Downs. If all three of them is still there, which one you going with?
Well, Uptown, you know, with the departure of DeMario Davis back with the Jets, I'm looking at Sonny Styles, the linebacker.
Okay.
So he can collab with Danny Stutzman and Warner and those other linebackers that we got.
Caleb on Caden Ellis too. We just got him.
Yep, Caleb and Caden too. Yep.
Okay.
So
Good choice.
yeah,
That's a good choice. I like Sonny Styles too.
yeah. And I agree with what JT was saying. Shout out to JT that was on here earlier. We gonna definitely stay at number 8. I don't see no trade ups. I don't see no trade downs. We just gonna stay at number 8 because I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see this happen because I don't know when. Like you say, Uptown, I don't remember when the last time we did trade down. I can't even remember.
I'm gonna look that up. That up, CB. So the next time we have the thing, bro, because now I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm interested in knowing, because I don't think I highly doubt that we ever traded down with Mickey Loomis as the general manager. Understand? I highly doubt that. But you say if you're the dude that you really like is Styles.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't, something, bro, like, that wouldn't be a pick that I would be really surprised. They say if the Saints made it, say Sonny Styles is there. And the main reason, you know why the main reason, CB, is because we seem to love that school, bro.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you, Uptown.
We do, bro. You understand, bro? We love that school for whatever reason. And it seems like we love them and hate LSU.
Well, that's one thing for sure because, the last few years we've been having a draft. We've been getting players from the Ohio State Buckeyes, from the Ohio State Buckeyes. I agree with the
Malcolm Jenkins, Michael Thomas, Pete Warner, Mr. Olave, Marshawn Lattimore,
Von Bell.
Yeah.
Bro, you understand? Yeah, Vaughn Bell.
We got love for Ohio, bro.
Yeah, we seem to love that school, bro. So I wouldn't. So that's something that I would not be like, just surprised by, just like that's why I'm kind of leaning so much on Caleb Downs, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because it so happened to be an area of need. Because what people don't realize that even though Caleb Downs is a safety, he can play corner.
Yeah.
So that means he can take and defend wide receivers in that slot.
Mm-hmm.
So he would be a perfect person to put in there at that jack position.
Right.
That Alontae Taylor was running last season.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So it's a whole lot, bro. I just, I heard what JT was saying, but this draft is real deep, bro. Like, I'm gonna be 100 with you, bro. The way you said, like, a wide receiver, CB, I feel that way about a wide receiver and an edge rusher at 8. I do.
I agree too. I agree. Because Chase Young done stepped up.
Yeah, but I think we should draft an edge rusher now. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I don't think it should necessarily be in the first round.
No.
Now, I mean, it can be like in the either third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh round.
Right.
Bro, because you know,
have to be on the first.
and I can tell you somebody that might be good for him if he's still around, maybe in the third round. Howard Perkins. Howard Perkins.
Oh yeah.
Everybody know, if you're LSU fans, y'all know about Harold Perkins, JT, who that daddy. That boy Harold Perkins is a dog.
Yeah.
And he told the Saints to come get me.
Yeah.
He said, you know, come get me. He said, look, I want to play for the Saints. I want to stay home. Come get me.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Y'all know about Harold Perkins, who that daddy, JT. You understand?
Yeah.
And I think he'll be there. I think he might be there in the third round, bro.
Yep. And that's if nobody else get him.
And there's other wide receivers and stuff too, bro. They understand that they would love to come play here. We got a quarterback that we got wide receivers openly saying that they want to come play with him.
Mm-hmm. Right. Cause
you know, let me tell you this, bro. No one would be a fool, bro. What if he was to draft Howard Perkins and Mansour Delane?
Man, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That would be real crazy, uptown.
Bro. But look, what you gonna be doing tomorrow? Where you watching the draft at tomorrow, Jerry?
Man, I'm gonna be watching it at the house, bro. I mean, I know everybody gonna be having these draft parties at certain restaurants and other buildings and stuff like that, but they can have it. I'm gonna watch it at the house.
Okay. Look,
and I'll tell you why. Because at home watching the draft, it just even if you by yourself or you got a few friends over, I just like being at the house, watching it on the front of the television, and just have a good time.
Well, if y'all get a chance, man, we supposed to be doing like a draft. I'm gonna do the little draft hangout like I do every year. You understand? Yep. Come holler at me on the channel. Come peep it out. You understand? We'll be having it going on, and we're gonna have it going on all night until the 32nd pick, and I'm gonna turn that shit off and go to bed.
I hear you, uptown. Hey, say less. I'll be there.
You heard me? But look, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, Jerry. We appreciate you coming through, brother.
I appreciate you, CB.
Who that?
Hey! Before I go, I just got one question. Just one question. What in the shove is going on here? We're getting shoved tonight, baby.
Yeah, we're getting sucked tonight, baby. You heard me?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Who that?
We appreciate y'all coming through tonight. And y'all know we're gonna wait until the whole draft is over with before we take and recap the draft. We ain't gonna just do the first round and all that. We're gonna wait until the whole weekend and stuff, has gone through. And then we'll come on and tell y'all our thoughts about the draft and who we got. And, whether we think that they, is gonna work with the culture that we have down in New Orleans.
I want to say this, and then I'm going to get Uptown's final thoughts. I don't care. Yeah, I know Cesar Ruiz. We fed up with him. We better not get an offensive lineman at 8. An offensive guard or tackle. We better not do that, bro. I'm going to be highly pissed off. And I know we're going to try to have the ones that feel like they're the smartest in the room trying to justify it. I don't care if, it has anything to do with Ruiz. We do not need a guard at 8.
I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think.
Please don't do that, Mickey. Please.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm just being honest, you know. Even though I know Mickey does a lot of, screwed up stuff.
Or a receiver. I'm being honest. I don't want to receive either, but most definitely an offensive lineman. We better not do that at 8.
Okay, man. Look, we wish everybody, man. Everybody have a good night. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. You understand? Share this space. Share this with tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all know how that go, man. And we'll definitely get back with y'all after the draft and tell y'all, our thoughts and wishes on, all the players that's new Saints.
Yes, sir. Who that nation? Let's go get our new guy tomorrow for the black and gold. This is the WDN Chatline podcast, and we out. Who that?
Who that, baby, for life?